Ladies and gentlemen, ECOWAS, as I've read and understand over the years, isn't what I thought it was. ECOWAS appears to be interested in democracy, as it were. But when it comes down to it, ladies and gentlemen, they are only interested in the outer system of democracy, but not the practice of democracy, as in what the people want. Let me explain, ladies and gentlemen. The leadership of the Sahel region clearly have the support of their people, even though their entry wasn't the preferred choice. The people actually like how things are being run and how things have turned out to be. But you see, ECOWAS isn't happy with that. And here is why. The idea of having a military president as a neighbor is not always a convenient feeling for these guys. There arises this fear of the unexpected crossing borders into other countries, ladies and gentlemen. This therefore becomes a reason to be on a constant alert. And if you remember, ladies and gentlemen, Ghana's former president, having had this feeling, was seen in a video reporting Burkina Faso's military leadership to the USA.
Today, Russian mercenaries are on our northern border. Burkina Faso has now entered into an arrangement to go along with Mali in employing the Wagner forces there. I believe a mine in southern Burkina has been allocated to them as a form of payment for their services. Prime Minister of Burkina Faso in the last 10 days has been in Moscow. And to have them operating on our northern border is particularly distressing for us in Ghana.
That is the fear I'm talking about. What the video showed us was about Ghana's former president only. What we don't see is how often other heads of state in Africa reports the AES to their partners in the West, ladies and gentlemen. For this fair reason, ECOWAS is equally as interested in doing whatever it will take to force these countries back into constitutional rule without any regards to the decision of their people. This is where the irony lies, ladies and gentlemen. If democracy is of the people, for the people, and by the people, then shouldn't the people's choice matter in what happens with leadership in their country? So I say ECOWAS isn't about the practice of democracy in West Africa, because it's not about the people's choices, but it's about having a civilian president as a neighbor whose actions will be predictable.